Sometimes you come across a simple stack of documents. Just a resume, a few certificates, a transcript, and on the surface, yeah, it's just paperwork. But every now and then, if you look a little closer, you find an absolutely incredible story about ambition, strategy, and what it really takes to build a career in today's world.
Think about it. We've all got these documents, right? Certificates from courses, old job descriptions, school transcripts. But how do you actually piece them together to tell a powerful story about where you're going, not just where you've been? Well, the story we found in this particular stack of papers, it's a total masterclass in how to do just that.
So, let's meet the person behind these documents. Asim Dilmohamed Amir Hussain. We're going to dive into his professional portfolio and decode his career strategy piece by piece. And what's so fascinating is that it's a story that unfolds in two very, very different parts.
Okay, so first, the basics. Who is Asim? The documents tell us he's 20 years old, a high school grad from Myanmar, and get this, he's trilingual. He speaks Arabic, English, and Urdu. I mean, that alone is a pretty solid foundation, but what's really amazing is what he's built on top of it.
See, the first part of Asim's story isn't what you'd expect. It's not about climbing some corporate ladder. It's about building a foundation right there on the ground through a ton of hands-on work and a really deep commitment to his community. This is where he forges those core skills that are going to be so crucial later on.
Just look at the variety here. The sheer consistency of his work is seriously impressive. From a clothing store and sales to these recurring, high-pressure roles during the Hajj season, this shows some serious hustle. And those Hajj jobs, believe me, they are incredibly demanding and all about logistics.
This gives you a little taste of the kind of responsibility he was handling. Being a Hajj guide isn't just pointing people in the right direction. No way. It's about managing complex logistics, tight schedules, and making sure huge groups of people are safe in a really intense environment. These are invaluable skills you just can't learn from a textbook.
But here's the thing. His work history, that's only half the story. If you really want to understand his work ethic, you have to look at his volunteer record. This is where you see a level of commitment that's just on another level. 145 hours. Let that sink in for a second. That's how much time he spent helping organize and hand out evening meals during Ramadan at one of the busiest, most sacred places on the entire planet.
And he wasn't done. Here's another 128 hours, this time making sure the elderly and people with special needs could worship safely. That kind of work takes immense compassion and a whole lot of patience.
And then there's this. 48 hours inside a professional hospital setting, managing and archiving medical records. The sheer volume and the variety of all this work, both paid and unpaid, is just staggering.
Okay, so after years of building this incredible foundation of service and hands-on grit, Asim's portfolio takes a sudden, sharp turn. This is part 2 of his story, a strategic and unbelievably fast pivot, straight into the world of high-demand tech.
Look at these dates. Just look at them. We're not talking about a few months here. This all happened in just over 2 weeks. On October 29th, he finishes courses in data management and a penetration testing tool called Kali Linux. Just 3 days later, bam, a workshop on data analysis with Python. And then, 11 days after that, he's certified in cybersecurity fundamentals. This isn't just learning, this is a full-on surge. All of a sudden, he's added this incredibly powerful, future-facing toolkit to his resume. Think about it. Compare these skills to his earlier jobs. We've gone from serving pilgrims and selling dates to data governance and ethical hacking. It's a massive, massive leap. So what's the big idea here? Are these two completely separate paths? Absolutely not. The real genius in Asim's strategy is how he brings these two worlds together. The hands-on, people-focused world of service and the high-tech, digital world of expertise to create something uniquely powerful.
This combination, this is the secret sauce right here. On one side, you've got all those foundational, people-centric skills he earned the hard way: customer service, teamwork, resilience under pressure. And on the other side, you've got the hard, technical skills that are in huge demand. This blend of high-tech and high-touch, that's what defines the most valuable professionals working today. So where is a person like this headed? Well, this paper trail points to a really clear ambition. He doesn't just want to be a tech guy. He wants to be a tech expert who deeply understands people, pressure, and how the real world actually works. And that is a powerful, powerful combination. And hey,
don't just take my word for it. His own resume summary confirms the entire strategy. He's not just looking for a paycheck, he's looking for a place to develop his skills and make a real impact. It's clear he has a vision for himself, and he's been methodically building the exact profile to achieve it.
So, Asim's paperwork tells this really deliberate story of a foundational work ethic fused with a strategic leap into future-proof skills. It's a compelling narrative of ambition and, more importantly, execution. It really makes you stop and think about your own career path, right? The question isn't just, what have I done? The real question is, what story am I telling?